When my mother and father started it back in 1973, we started out with just 4 barrels of wine. We're very, very happy that this is our 50th year of making wine in Napa Valley. One of our joys is to be able to wake up every morning and see the hills, see the vineyards, and so we're very, very fortunate, have great lands, make great wines with a great group of people that's just fun to show up to work every day. We started really focusing in on our sustainability back in 2006 to 2008, and so composting kind of ties into that. We have the extensive vegetable garden and landscape that we'll use to be able to take what's generated at the winery and then be able to compost it and be able to reuse it in a quality manner back out into our soils. One of the reasons why we wanted to really focus on composting is soil health for our vineyards. These vines will hopefully last for 35, 40 years. And one of the ways to have good soil health is don't use herbicides, and then also make sure you have good, healthy compost being applied each year to the different vineyard acres that we have running from Caneros all the way up to Calistoga. When we're looking at the soil, we're growing roots more than grapes. So we have a good, healthy root system, and to do that, we need good, healthy soils. And so we'll do our composting, we'll do our cover crops, really treat the ground as gently as possible, because that is what's going to grow our grapes, and that's what's going to make high quality wine. But part of that also is to be able to have a diverse soil microbial growth and health in your soils, because then the roots are going to be able to go out, and the fungi is going to be attracted by the roots, and the roots going to say, hey, fungi, bacteria, you want more of this sugars that are coming out of my roots? The fungi is going, yeah. And then the roots are going to say, you need to go get me more water, more minerals so I can do more. And so it's kind of that symbiotic relationship of the vine and the microbes in the soil that create a more resilient vine. It's not where can you go to grow grapes, it's how you're going to get your grapevines to adapt to these conditions. And so we're taking care of this truly amazing asset. Part of the way we're doing it is through our composting process. As we develop our different sites up and down the valley, instead of running around with my little garden thermometer pushing in there and kind of, is this right or not, I can get on my phone and say, oh, okay, that's the temperature. Now you look back at how he did it before, and you kind of like had a blindfold on trying to compost. Your first month is really critical in terms of your temperature control, not too hot, not too cool. Kind of get in that target zone, and each batch is like a fermentation tank. And so we monitor the temperature, the bricks in those fermentation tanks daily. Same concept with each batch, it kind of has to come out perfect. The difference is if I miss it, I just recompost it. In the tank of wine, you have other problems. That's how we've learned trial by error, but that's how we've also made wine, trial by error. So it's kind of ingrained in our DNA. With our composting, being up and down the valley, being able to monitor each of the different sites on a regular basis and knowing exactly what's happening every couple minutes in that composting is very, very important, because we want to be very confident in what we put out in our soils, in our vineyards. And so using the cloud compost system really helps us have that monitoring of temperature and be able to show our viticulturists, this is what happened, here's the quality of the product, and having that validation and kind of record of what the impact is to your baseline soils. This is critical for us. And we have about 800 acres of vineyard, so you have kind of a savings in costs and a savings in your carbon footprint. It's a lot of different things, but it all kind of ends up in that bottle of wine as well. As the industry, we're moving towards that direction of more sustainability, and composting is a component of it, which is really working towards that soil health. I'm confident that we're going to see that same evolution with how we grow it, the types of grapes we got, and how the winemaker is going to make it to continue to produce high quality wines. Having that long-term perspective in terms of taking care of your lands, long-term in terms of investment in the vineyards, in the winery, and our people are really, really important. Our goal is to make well-balanced wines that go well with food, and that's what we've been doing for 50 years.